Hey guys, it's Tahs. Welcome back. And if you're new, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you. So for today, we are going to be looking at the end of the month, what I read from the 17th on. I'm a little late with this, obviously. But the first one I read was I'm Still Here by Austin Channing Brown, which was one of my Reese Witherspoon book club picks from the jar. And this one was about a black female who her name was Austin, and she had mentioned, like, she asked her parents, like, why, and they said because it'll give her an in before people meet her. They think she's a white male, and it was just a great read. Her experience with the simplest things, like a job interview and stuff, so I really thoroughly enjoyed that one. I don't rate those, so I did not give that one a rating. I don't want anybody reading my life story, so that's why I don't rate those. The next one was The Sea Witch by Katie Robert, and this is the continuation of her series, The Wicked Villains. This is book 5, and this one, as you can imagine, centers around the Sea Witch, which we all know in real Disney life would be Ursula, and with Ariel and Prince Eric, etc. Well, this one is an erotic kind of telling where Ursa helps Ariel to find, like they team up or whatever, and it was a great read. Lots of twists there. Some of them I did not see coming, but it's not like a thriller, so it's not like you're looking for twists, but they had a few things that popped up and I was like, I don't remember this in The Little Mermaid, but definitely a great read. I cannot wait to finish that series. I have one more, and I just recently bought it on my Kindle. I'm so excited. Next one is The Ideal Wife by Annie Ward. This was a great thriller. This one is about Maddie and Ian. They met 2 decades ago or so overseas while she was visiting a friend, and they had different types of run-ins throughout this whole time. Now they're happily living their married life. They both have a kid, but unfortunately, Maddie had an injury on a camping trip, and she can't remember some stuff. So she is currently going to like a writer's therapy, so she can try to remember what happened. And definitely lots of twists and turns here. And it says when a frantic 911 calls this summons the police to the scene of a shocking crime. So it's kind of played like with flashbacks. So it was interesting to see what happened, say 911 or whatever, and then they backtrack to what happened in the past and built it back up. So this one was really good. Thoroughly enjoyed it. The next one that I read had a little wife in the title again, and that is My Lovely Wife by Samantha Downing. And this one, I really enjoyed this one. At the end, I still didn't even know what was going on. If I'd be a rereader, I'd probably have to read it again to see exactly what I missed. But I'm still thinking about that one. This one is about a couple who fell in love. They got married. They had kids. They talked to each other about their darkest secrets, their biggest dreams. And then they got bored. So what do you do when you're bored? Oh, I don't know. Just a regular, normal couple that become murderers. They go murder together, and you would never suspect it because they're well into the community. They know exactly what they're doing. So that one, like I said, it was a mindfuck. But I absolutely loved it. Loved it so much. And the next one, When I Was You by Minka Kent, I believe is how you say it. This one is about the main character. She suffered an attack. And she doesn't remember, she doesn't know who did it or whatever, and then she is in a routine, she never leaves her house, this is what she does, and then she learns that someone is living as her. Her name, same type of car, hair, perfume, you name it, every detail, they are living as her. But they have not done the identity theft. They haven't stolen from her. Well, she absolutely is terrified because, who is this woman that's living as me and why? So, of course, she has to figure it out. And what she stumbles across Holy crap. That's another one that I'm still like, what? Just some of the stuff that went on in that book. It was like, in real life, could that really have happened? But, absolutely loved all the twists in this one. I didn't even see some of them coming. I was like, oh, what? What? So yeah, that one I downloaded on my Kindle. I think it's Kindle Unlimited, if I'm not mistaken. It's been sitting on my Kindle, and I just never got around to it. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm finally going to read this book. And I should have read it a long time ago. That's how good this thing was. The next one was The Dragon Kingdom of Renly, The Cold Fire Curse by somebody. Do we have an author's name? Oh, Jordan Quinn. This one was a cute little graphic novel that Abby had read, and it fit the prompt on the readathon that I was kind of working on last month, well, in August, the Royal Readathon, and this one fit for the Mushu Dragon. And this is about a curse that shows up, and it's cold fire curse, obviously, and it's like it can kill the dragons, but there is a legend or whatever about a red dragon, and if you go and find him, he could possibly be the answer to everything. So the dragons from this little community, they go out, well, the one, and she finds this dragon. He has no idea. He's like, I'm just a pet. I'm just a pet. But he is able to do, like, he has to step in. Will he save the kingdom from the curse, or will he just let the curse eat it? This is obviously book one. There are going to be a few more installments to this. They might be out already, because it looks like in the back of the book, they have 6 more books, like, total. So I thought this one was really cute, and Abby wants to talk to me about this one now that I've read it, so we're going to have a good old discussion about it. The next one is The Wilder Widows, and this one is by Catherine Hastings. I thought this one was super cute, super funny. It's about 4 ladies who all recently, however many years have passed, they all have lost their husband. And they kind of form like a small community. They all live on the street of Wilder Lane, I believe it is, or Wilder Court. They call themselves the Wilder Widows. And basically what they're there for is to give each other companionship. If there's things you don't know how to do because only your husband did it, they all have people that can help out in the situations. And this group of widows decided, after they got really drunk one night they put some wishes on a piece of paper, and they decided that we're going to fulfill, no matter what comes out of this bag, this is what we're going to do. And it was a really fun adventure to watch them go around and fulfill each other's wishes. And I can't wait to see if they have any more behind this, because these 4 ladies are freaking hilarious, and they kind of even don't even go together, but like they work well together. Outside of this widow situation, you would probably never see these people hanging out, but it works so well in this story. And if we can just have some more stories like this, yes please. The next one I got off of NetGalley, because I finally signed up for NetGalley, and this was one of those, and it's called Shadows of Kahlua, I believe is how you say it, by Doug Walsh. And this one, the main character has recently lost her mother. She's graduating high school, and she's going to be going off to college, but she wants one summer to just do something, go somewhere, because her dad is a very overbearing person. She winds up running off to obviously Kahlua, I believe it is. Her mom had talked about it so much, about how there was basically like a hipster village on the beach, and they lived there, they lived off the land, and they helped each other. So she wanted to experience that. Unfortunately, there was a murder of one of the people who are in the village, and they have to figure out who did it. And there was one twist that I actually figured out before they announced it, and they didn't announce it till like the very end of the book. And I was just so proud of myself for figuring that one out, because I was like, this has got to be what it is. But yeah, so it's their time of living there, and then whenever the people come and get them, they are arrested because there was a murder. They have to figure out who murdered this guy. and they're all being questioned at the police station. So you get to see, like, she kind of tells a story back and forth or whatever. Those are my favorite books, whenever they tell you what happened and then you do a replay of the past and what's currently going on. I just like to know that this is who died. We don't know who killed him. That's what we're figuring out. And just to see if I can pick out who did it before they actually say who did it, just by listening to what everyone, like the stories people are telling. Do you like those too, or is that just me? The next one was also part of the readathon, the Royal Readathon, and this was boyfriend material, and this was for Hey Hey Comedy, and this one's by Alexis Hall, and this one is a British rom-com story, and it's two guys. One is a lawyer, what we call a lawyer. I'm trying to remember what they called it. I can't think of it at the moment. He's a lawyer, and the other one works for like this charity group. So they're very unlikely people that wind up fake dating, because the one who works for the charity group, he is a son of a rock god, and of course we all know those kids get followed around with cameras and stuff. So he has some pretty bad publicity out there. So his boss basically arranges this fake dating thing, and you get to see the ups and the downs. And we all know how they end. I've never seen a fake dating not end the way we all know it ends. But it was hilarious. There was quite a few times where I literally had to put it down and just laugh my butt off, because the one-liners in there were, I was just like, yes, yes. So that one, definitely recommend if you need something silly, because I found there was a lot of silly stuff in there. And the second to last one was Nothing to See Here by Kevin Wilson. And this one, I didn't know exactly what to, like, I knew what it was about, but I wasn't, as reading it, I was kind of like, I don't know where this is going to go. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. This is about two girls who, sorry, my foot hit the cord. Two girls who go to this private school together, and one is rich and one is not. Well, the one who is not rich winds up having to leave because of a scandal, and her and the girl that she was friends with or whatever, they really didn't speak all that much up until this point in the book where she was contacted by the rich girl, and she was like, hey, can you come down? Can you come to my house type thing? I have a job for you, basically. And when she gets there, she finds out what it is, and this girl, the rich girl, wound up going through all the college and everything she needed to. She is now a senator's wife, or like, he's high up in the area they are. And he had a first marriage, and with a set of twins, 2 kids, 1 boy, 1 girl. And the mother has passed away, so the kids are going to come and live with the stepmom and the dad. Well, one thing that we find out about these children are, when they get mad, or like, maybe not even necessarily mad, something can affect them, they burst into flames. So her job is going to be to keep these kids unseen, unheard, but keep them safe type thing. So we watch the ups and downs of this girl who, she never thought about kids. She's not in a relationship or anything. Watch her deal with these children that combust into flames. And that one, again, a good read. I had a lot of good reads this month. I think just about all of them were like 4 stars, except for, I know for sure the one I'm about to tell you about next was not. And then there might have been one other one that wasn't, but I really picked some good ones this month, guys. And the last one that I read was Layla by Colleen Hoover. And this one, I honestly expected more from, because it's so hyped up. But to me, this was like an average read. I gave it like 3 stars. Like, I read it. It was a little bit entertaining for me. But I'd have been okay not reading it, because it didn't quite, I wasn't quite sure how to process it. This one is about Layla in Leeds. They meet at her sister's wedding, and they wind up dating or whatever, and then later on an accident occurs with both of them, and he's quicker out of the hospital than she is. Like, it's a lot of recovery time. So whenever they finally are able to, like, be themselves, he's like, you know what, she's been acting weird. Maybe it's all the stress from it. Let's take her back to where we first met. And when he gets there, there's this other person there named Willow, and he has an attachment to her, but he's trying not to let it mess with his love for Layla and all this stuff. So it's paranormal. There's, spirits involved. And it was an okay read. It just wasn't the best as far as like the hype is going for this book. I thought it was going to be this phenomenal book. Because like even with the other one she wrote, Verity, I enjoyed Verity more than I enjoyed this one. But like I said, it was an okay read. Am I mad that I read it? No. Am I mad that I wouldn't have read it? No. So this is one of those that you kind of got to take with your own. If you're not feeling it, you can go ahead and DNF it. But it's just, I don't even know. You can't really call it a thriller. But you can't really call it a love story. A romance. It's like an in-between. But I don't know. Did you read that one? How did you feel about it? Because I wasn't 100% convinced. I'm still not sure. Like, I know what happens, but I don't know. So anyway, those are all the books that I actually read. However, if you guys watched my August, I'm sorry, my nose itches really bad. If you watched my August TBR video, you would have known that this was in my August TBR as well. And as you can see, well, barely see, there's a bookmark in there. I DNF'd this after physically reading to page 64, and then I got the audio thinking maybe that would help me. And with the audio, I read to like, I don't know, chapter 40-ish, which is like almost 200 pages. And I just didn't get it. I don't know if it's maybe not the right time for me to read this one or what, but I just did not enjoy I couldn't grasp it or anything. So I might put this one back on the shelf and try again at a later date. But I just couldn't get into it. I know a lot of people enjoyed this one, but this one was not for me at the time. So maybe later on it will be for me, just not right now. So that means for the second half of the month, I read a total of 11 books, which was 3,357 pages. If I add all that together, we had a total of 24 books for the month at 7,551 pages. And as you know, if you saw my other wrap-up, which I'm going to link up above, that one also had an 849-page book, which was 11/22/63. So that's why my number is so much higher at the beginning of the month versus the end of the month. Because at the beginning of the month, it was over 4,000 pages. The end, it was a little over 3,000 pages. So, definitely a good reading month. Only, one I DNF'd and one that was kind of disappointing. So, not bad at all. Now it's time to move on to September books. I've already read 2 of them. They are so great. And I did talk about the other books to you guys from the challenge that I was talking about earlier, the Royal Readathon. The only one I have not completed yet was Roseblood, which is a Phantom of the Opera retelling. I said I was going to have it completed in the first week of September, but I decided not to. I am enjoying it, and I don't want to rush it. I want to understand it, and plus, it's got red ink on the pages, which I've never read a book with red ink, so it's taking me a little bit longer to read it, but I am thoroughly enjoying that one. So that one will be in my September wrap-up. I'm not sure how I'm doing my September wrap-up yet, because I am doing Becca's Bookopoly-thon. I have already picked my 5 books. I'll link that video if you haven't seen it, as well as the 6th book, which is from the Reese Witherspoon Book Club. And then I will be doing a video, probably going to record it tonight or tomorrow, and that is the Fall Into Reading-a-thon, which is hosted by Clint, Melanie, and Kahlani, that's who it is. I'm going to link Melanie's channel down below so you guys can see that video if you want to. That is going to be running from September 20th through September 26th. There are 6 prompts, and one of them is a group read, or you can do like your own buddy read. So technically you only have to pick 5 books if you're going to be reading the group book, which I will because it seems like it's going to be pretty good. So I will have that video out to you guys here soon, and we shall see how September treats me with reading. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, y'all.